Canada's favourite Roughneck, last seen giving a rather passionate plea to the panel at the Kinder Morgan public hearings last month, is in Ottawa this week. Before I tell you why Bernard is in Ottawa, let me give you an update on his employment situation. Bernard has been back at work, at least temporarily, in September, as his rig got the call to get back at it. But he is uncertain how long it will last, something so many others like him in the patch are experiencing right now. And that's actually sort of why Bernard is in Ottawa. He's teaming up with Mark Schultz, the president of the Canadian Association of Oil Well Drilling Contractors, and David Lefebvre from the Quebec Oil and Gas Association. They were joined by Conservative MP Shannon Stubbs, the Member of Parliament for Lakeland, yesterday, and they delivered a petition of over 34,000 signatures of Canadians coast to coast, urging this Liberal government to do more to support our oil and gas industry in a time of need. That includes vocally backing the industry, supporting new pipeline projects, and supporting the hundreds of thousands of employed and now unemployed oil and gas workers. The petition is one of the most popular to be presented since Parliament began allowing e-petitions in 2013. Despite many of the Ottawa Press Gallery being in New York yesterday watching Justin speak to a half-empty UN General Assembly, those who were in Centre Block were subject to the aroma of frack oil and diesel as Bernard delivered another strong message to our Canadian government.
I'd like to thank you for giving me a platform to speak today and tell you that I'm very honored that I'd be able to come here to Ottawa to contribute my say as just an average roughneck. I'm not a guy from Calgary in a suit. I'm not a guy who's knowledgeable about public policy or the processes. Well, first off, that statistics is not up to date, and I wouldn't say that'd be accurate because that's just direct job losses. There's lots of guys in the field who lost their jobs. But it's not just the guys in the field, it's the truckers, it's manufacturing across this country. It's the convenience stores that we get stuff at in the mornings. It's the hotels that we utilize. It's our servers at the bar and at the restaurants that we tip. It's the Canadian auto workers who produce vehicles that we use in Alberta. This is a countrywide issue. And not only that, the fact that employment-wise it's a Canada-wide issue, it's also the fact that Alberta, it's like a place of immigrants from across Canada. Most people who work in the patch are not from Alberta. We got people from all over this country coming to Alberta for a better future because in today's day and age, there no longer exists a middle class outside. These are places that you can go being an average person, and if you're willing to work hard and work more than 40 hours a week and bust your butt, you can have something and you can have a decent quality of life. I would never have been able to get an education were it not for the oil patch. How is I going to pay off a $40,000 student loan? And these options are being cut off, and the people like me who work in the field feel that we don't have a voice. Because when we talk about these issues here in Ottawa, the only people who have a say in these issues are not the working class, the average Canadian. It's the special interest groups. It's the university professors. It's the people who don't have a dog in this race that are influencing this public policy. And so I would just say that we should very much listen and pay attention to this petition that's gone forward today, because these are 35,000 people. These aren't people who make a hobby of this stuff to show up to these hearings. These aren't people, but they've taken the time to sign this petition, and it's the largest petition ever to be presented in the House of Commons by amount of votes. So this is something I believe today is historic. It's a message to the federal government that I hope that their talk about the middle class and listening to Canadians more is taken seriously. Because right now in Alberta, we're not numbers on a ledger. There's people that are hurting badly and they're losing everything, committing suicide, losing their houses, not able to put their kids in hockey. Marriages are breaking up. But it's just a number on a piece of paper to people out here. So I've come here today, I'm missing work, I'm losing money to do this, but I care so much about this issue that I've come here today, and I hope you guys would take this seriously, and maybe from out of this we could maybe have a talk that includes social license that 35,000 Canadians have contributed to their say in this. So I appreciate you guys listening to what I had to say here today, and I'm going to pass it on to my colleague.
I wonder if a single Liberal MP even cared about what Bernard had to say. Could you imagine the uproar from the media party, the elites, and the university professors during the 2008 recession if the Conservative government decided to let the auto industry fail on its own, or as Brad Wall has suggested, slap the new tax on auto plants during their worst economic prospects? Well, that's exactly what this federal Liberal government and Alberta NDP are doing with their carbon taxes right now. Simply blaming low oil prices for the problems the patch and Alberta are facing is ignorant and downright dishonest. When it comes to Western Canadian prosperity, the rest of Canada loves all the benefits of transfer payments, but also love to look down on our resource industries and the people like Bernard who work in them. I hope the folks at Oil Respect continue to fight and find people in Ontario and Quebec to partner with and show the support our entire country should be showing to our vital oil and gas industry. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.